Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Dirtbike magazine video. Editor Ron Lawson put up this article on the website, but we know some of you guys would rather watch a video than read. So here it is, the life and times of 10 iconic dirt bikes. We love motorcycles, and the extended staff at Dirtbike has been lucky enough to spend the last 55 years riding and testing some truly great ones. Some have been greater than others. In the May 2026 issue, we have the latest installment of Life and Time series, where we look back at certain iconic bikes. All these bikes have their own life and time stories, but we're just doing a brief overview of 10 iconic bikes. First up, the XR400. 30 years ago, the world was a different place. It was filled with VCRs, floppy disks, telephone answering machines, and high-tech must-haves that came and went very quickly. That was the setting for the Honda XR400. It arrived in 1996 as the herald of a new generation of four-strokes, and within 8 years, it was gone. Hard to believe, but the Honda XR400 was only produced until 2004. Other motorcycles go on and on. Just look at the XR650L and the Yamaha TW200. Yet in that short span, the middleweight Honda altered the way we think of four-strokes and shaped the bikes to come. Next up, Husqvarna. Husqvarna is not only one of the oldest motorcycle makers in the world, it's one of the oldest continuously operating manufacturing operations of any kind. Prior to building its first motorcycle in 1903, the mill at Husqvarna, Sweden, produced firearms and other goods dating all the way back to the 17th century. But can you realistically say that Husqvarna of 2025 is the same company that produced muskets for King Charles of Sweden in 1689? No motorcycle maker has such a complicated history. It's a story of stunning success, dark chapters, and forgotten years. Next up, the Honda XR650L. The 32-year history of the Honda XR650L can be fit into a brief summary. It arrived in 1993. It's still here. The XR is an accountant's dream bike. It was assembled mostly from existing parts, and for more than 3 decades, nothing has changed. No new tooling, no new parts, no new part numbers. It's a page right out of the Volkswagen Beetle playbook. Next up, the Suzuki RM250. The story of the RM250 isn't just about a single motorcycle, it's about a dynasty of bikes, championships, and riders that go back to a glorious era in the history of motocross. 45 years ago, motocross was an obscure European sport. In America, we loved flat track and hill climbing. Even in Europe, road racing was a far more popular sport. No one really saw any future in the cold of motocross. No one, that is, besides a group of very insightful people at Suzuki. Back in 1965, Suzuki launched a massive development program to build the world's best motocross bike. It wasn't based on market research, computer forecasts, or industrial analysis. It was all about gut instinct and passion. Next up, the Suzuki DRZ400. What's the best investment in motorcycling? Forget the stock market. Put all your money in Japanese dual sport bikes. In a sport where hardware is famously known for being rapidly obsolete, dual sport bikes hold their value. The Suzuki DRZ400S is a perfect example. In its first year of production, it sold for $5,349. For the next 25 years, the only thing that changed about the DRZ was the price. Riders could, in theory, get a new DRZ each year with the resale money from the previous one. Next up, the Kawasaki KDX200. To this day, no one can clearly define the Kawasaki KDX200. Was it a beginner bike designed to teach wives and kids the fine art of off-road riding? Or was it a Navy SEAL of a bike built for the toughest enduros and the most grizzled riders? Clearly, it was used for both. In its official lifespan from 1983 to 2006, the KDX was an evolutionary alligator, remaining mostly unchanged as eras passed and other bikes became extinct. One of the reasons that Kawasaki engineers made so many few changes was because they were afraid they would mess up the magic formula. The KDX sold thousands of units, year in and year out, without any need for reinvestment. Next up, the KTM 300. You could probably call the KTM 300 the people's motorcycle. Never mind what pros ride or what champions race. The KTM 300 was inspired, designed, and demanded by everyday riders, American riders. It doesn't have a long string of championships on its resume, it's hardly identified with any famous names, and it wasn't made to capitalize on any iconic races. Yet the KTM 300 is the most demanded and respected dirt bike among the rank and file of American regular guys, and has held that position for over 20 years. Next up, the Kawasaki KX500. A fuse looking for a light, unrideable, violent. Those are all quotes from the 1983 issue of Dirtbike magazine. The subject, Kawasaki's first KX500, a bike that was destined to become a legend in motocross and desert racing. It was a humble beginning for one of the greatest dirt bikes in history. At the time, there were no 500cc motocrossers. Kawasaki was the first to go there since the notorious 501 Mako of the previous decade. But in the end, the KX would outlast all others of its kind, officially turning the lights out on the 500 two-stroke class in 2004. Next up, the Honda CR250R. In the auto world, there was the Mustang. In aviation, it was the P51. And in bicycles, there was the Schwinn Stingray. There are timeless classics in each field, and in the dirt bike world, there's nothing that has reached that status quite like the Honda CR250R. Even though it's been out of production in the US since 2007, the CR probably won more combined amateur and professional races than any other motorcycle in the dirt world, and they were still out there winning. The CR is a hot commodity on the used bike market, and on start lines across, they still outnumber many current models. And lastly, the Yamaha YZ250. The Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke has now been in production for over 50 years. No other motocross bike has been around longer. There's no telling what the history of motocross would look like if not for the YZ250 and the people who built it. The list of technology that debuted on the YZ includes reed valves, single shock suspension, and power valves. Perhaps more than anything, the YZ250 is known for the legendary riders who used to win on it. The list includes Gary Jones, Bob Hanna, Mike Bell, Ricky Johnson, and Jeremy McGrath. In Europe, Hakan Andersson, Neil Hudson, and Americans Danny Laporte and Donnie Schmidt gave the YZ its championships. Today, the Yamaha YZ250 lives on and its future seems safe. Aside from the fact that there would be riots if it were discontinued, it still sells enough to justify its place in the line and remain the last of the Japanese two-strokes. We're fine with it. If any other bike deserves to carry the two-stroke flag, it's the YZ. So that's it for Ron's wrap on 10 iconic dirt bikes that he wrote on the website and in the magazine. We hope you enjoyed this little video. We'll have more for you soon, and we'll see you down the trail.